front. Myself, Vinod Panara, and today we discuss some topic of air compressor chapter of BME, that is Basic Mechanical Engineering. So first we discuss classification in rotary compressor. So first one, that is rotodynamic compressor. In that, first one centrifugal compressor and second axial flow compressor. Then second classification, that is positive displacement compressor. So in that, first one root blower, second one vane type blower, and third screw blower. So this all topic we discuss one by one. So first one, centrifugal compressor. So main part of centrifugal compressor are casing, impeller, impeller blade, diffuser, diffuser ring, etc. Now, centrifugal compressor, in which this impeller shaft that is connected with some external rotating device. So, due to rotation of impeller, centrifugal force that is produced, and due to centrifugal force, air enter into casing and this air rotate in impeller blade. So when air exit from impeller blade, its pressure increase and velocity also increase. Now this air transfer into diffuser ring. So when air which is passed through diffuser ring, its pressure increase but its velocity decrease. Then this high pressure air supply to a particular application. So air pass in two passage. Air pass from impeller blade and then air pass from diffuser ring. So when air pass from impeller blade, its pressure increase and velocity also increase. And when air pass from diffuser ring, its pressure increase but velocity decrease. So this high pressure air supply to a particular application, because in both case pressure increase. So it consists of rotating element that is called impeller, then casing, casing means outer box, and then diffuser. Now this type of compressor is a continuous flow machine. It means we get continuous supply of high pressure compressed air, and it is suitable for large flow rate at medium pressure. Then the pressure ratio between 4 to 6 may be obtained in this type of compressor. Now, working of centrifugal compressor. So due to rotation of impeller at high speed produce centrifugal force, and this force cause the air to suck in the compressor and this air move out in impeller. So its velocity and pressure both are increased. Then this air with high velocity enter into diffuser ring. Then the diffuser, in which there are diffuser blade and which are so designed that when air pass from diffuser blade, its pressure increase but velocity decrease. So in both impeller and diffuser, pressure increase, but in impeller velocity increase, in diffuser velocity decrease. So there is a no change in velocity from incoming to outgoing, very negligible change, but pressure increase in both one. So this high pressure air supply to a particular application. So this is centrifugal compressor. Now second one, axial flow compressor. Why this is axial flow? Because air flow and central line of shaft, these both are parallel. So this is axial flow compressor. Now in axial flow compressor, in diagram there is a casing. What do you mean by casing? Outer box in which complete assembly is placed. So there is a casing, then moving blade, then fixed blade, then rotor and shaft. Now this moving blade and fixed blade, that is placed alternatively. Fixed blade, moving blade, fix, moving, fix. Then this moving blade that is attached with rotor and fixed blade that is attached with casing. Okay. Now this shaft, which is connected with some external rotating device. So due to rotation of shaft, rotor also rotate, and due to rotation of rotor, air enter into casing. Now this air which is enter is passed from moving blade, then it is passed from fixed blade, then moving blade, then fixed blade alternatively. Now, this air when passed from moving blade, its pressure increase and velocity also increase. Then this is passed from fixed blade, and when it is passed from fixed blade, its velocity decrease but pressure increase. So in both case pressure increase but velocity increase or decrease. And then this high pressure air supply to a particular application. So in this compressor, air flow parallel to the axis of compressor. So it is called axial flow compressor. Then it consists of casing in which there is a fixed blade, moving blade, rotor, all are placed. Then fixed blade are attached with casing and moving blade are attached with rotor. And this fixed blade and moving blade arrange alternatively. Now it is generally used in aircraft and gas turbine plant. The fixed and moving blade are placed on alternate rows. The function of fixed blade is to receive high velocity air from the moving blade. Then when air pass through fixed blade, it reduce velocity of air but increase pressure, and then it also direct flow to the next row of moving blade. So at last we get compressed air, and this air supply to a particular application. Now third one, that is root blower. So in root blower there are two rotor, and these two rotor are placed in casing and in suction pipe, and there is one discharge pipe. So low pressure air which is enter from suction pipe, then it is trapped between rotor and casing, and then due to rotation of rotor, this trap air is discharged toward discharge side, and when it is transferred its pressure increase due to compression, and then this compressed air discharge to a particular application from discharge side. So it consists of two rotor or lobe. For higher pressure ratio, 3 or 4 lobe may be used. The profile of rotor is cycloidal or involute type. The air is enter through inlet pipe due to rotation of rotor. The volume of air which is enter is entrapped between one rotor and casing for a very short period of time. Then, due to rotation of rotor, this trapped air is discharged toward the discharge side, and when it is transferred, its pressure increase due to compression. Then this compressed air that is supplied to a particular application from discharge side. Now, next one, that is vent type compressor. So in vent type compressor, there is a casing. Casing means outer box. There is a rotor, and there are several sliding vent which has elastic property. Now these sliding vent are attached with rotor. So this rotor shaft is connected with some external rotating device. So due to rotation of shaft, rotor also rotate, and due to rotation of rotor, the sliding vane which are attached with rotor that also rotate. Now low pressure air which is enter from inlet port is entrapped between rotor and two sliding vane. Now this air, due to rotation of rotor, this air that is transfer, and its pressure also increase due to compression of air, and then this air due to rotation of rotor is transfer, and then it is discharged at the outlet port. So in vent type compressor, due to rotation of rotor, sliding vane also rotate, and air which is entrapped between two sliding vane that is also transfer, and also its pressure increase due to compression, and then this compressed air that is discharged from outlet port to the particular application. So this is about vane type compressor. So the compressor consists of rotor drum mounted eccentrically in the cylindrical casing. Then the rotor is provided with vane, and this vane that is attached with rotor in slot. This type of compressor can produce pressure ratio up to 6 per stage. Then the rotation of rotor cause the space to be created between the vane, the rotor and casing. This space is connected to suction pipe, so air enter and filled to this space. Then with the rotation of rotor, this air get compressed due to reduction of space toward the delivery side, and this compressed air is discharged to the receiver. So this is about vane type compressor. Then we discuss at last comparison between reciprocating and rotodynamic compressor. So first comparison, in reciprocating compressor, it is suitable for low discharge and high pressure application. And in rotodynamic, it is suitable for high discharge and low pressure application. Second comparison, in reciprocating, low rotational speed, and in rotodynamic, high rotational speed. Then third one, in reciprocating, air discharge is not continuous. And in rotodynamic, air discharge is continuous. Then fourth one, in reciprocating, require complicated lubrication system for reduction of friction. And in rotodynamic compressor, require simple lubrication system. Then sixth one, in reciprocating, larger in size than rotary compressor for same discharge. And in rotodynamic, smaller in size than reciprocating compressor for same discharge. Then next one, in reciprocating compressor, balancing is a major problem. In rotodynamic, balancing is a not problem. And last one, in reciprocating compressor, maintenance cost is high. And in rotodynamic compressor, maintenance cost is less. So this is about comparison between reciprocating compressor and rotodynamic compressor. So in this lecture, we discuss first centrifugal compressor, then axial flow compressor, then root blower, then vent type compressor, and at last comparison between reciprocating compressor and rotodynamic compressor. So thank you for today's lecture.